Hey guys, it's Kraz back with another BattleTabs video. Today I'm going to be going over the mini tournament finals. But before I do that, I just want to give you guys some information on a giveaway that I'm doing. So I will be giving away 3 months of BattleClub subscription. Three different winners will receive 1 month each. All you have to do to enter is subscribe and then comment your friend ID. So all you have to do is on BattleTabs, click your name, copy your friend ID, and paste that in the comments. And I will be randomly selecting 3 winners. Probably I'll let it run for about a week, and then before I select the winners. Okay, so getting into the games, it was me versus TheEllipse, um, and I have to do the replays because I was on vacation while these games occurred, so I wasn't able to record them live. But this was the first game, and this game we played them the day after the update came out with the medium galleon changes. So just to note, the cooldown on medium galleon will reset anytime it's damaged. So it was a pretty big buff, and it's definitely a very viable ship now. So on this map, it's a much smaller map. So I went with my small fleet, and TheEllipse was using a kind of a reveal and snipe with eels, whale, and then the longboat combo. So I'll just go through the turns here. Ellipse went first, didn't get a hit. We both missed first turn, and then the kayak. That's all right. So my initial thought is I need to definitely going to need to use sonar early because it's a pretty there's a decent amount of rocks, but there's still a bunch of smaller ships of his that I need to find. Sonar in the corner, only a 2-1, which is unfortunate. Goes for the reveal with eel, doesn't hit anything. And then I picked the wrong spot. So now I know that there has to be a ship off of this sonar. Uses the whale and reveals the sailboat, but has no clue what ship it is yet. Now, yeah, I used the sailboat's ability to get 3 hits on the longboat. It could have been the kayak, but it would have been a sink then, which would have been great. Uses just a normal attack. Yeah, he didn't have the longboat up yet. Uses a normal attack. Oh no, sorry, he is using the longboat. My apologies. So it manages to take out the sailboat using the longboat ability, which was good. And then I'm able to use medium galleon to get the sink, and then I also managed to get a hit on the whale. And so the second shot I actually shot here because I was trying to figure out if the whale was in this position that I'm highlighting with my mouse. But now that I hit that, I know that it has to either be the kayak or the whale, and I'm assuming it's the whale. Uses the kayak, doesn't hit anything. I use another sonar in the corner. He uses another eel that misses, which is lucky for me. So now I know for sure that that's the whale, and I know the position that it's in. He uses his whale ability but doesn't hit anything. And now here I'm pretty sure that I thought, oh no, that's the kayak. Yeah, and so I knew that it could have been the eel, so I used my kayak ability because either way I was going to get a hit, either here or the spot that I did hit. So he got a little unlucky here, missing the 2 around the 1 hit. I know it's the eel now, so I'm going to try and finish that off quickly so he can't reveal any of my ships. So I finished that. And then that was my medium galleon, so I got another hit in on the whale as well. And then he sinks my sub. Use my kayak, and then I sink his whale. So now it's kayak versus medium galleon and kayak. And here what I'm going to just start doing is trying to eliminate possibilities as quickly as possible. So use my kayak in a very open spot, and then I'm going to start working off of that. So the reason I shot here is because that eliminated this spot, and this spot, and this spot. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4 different placements possibilities that it eliminated. And it ends up working out well for me because that's where it was. He misses on the kayak, but it doesn't really matter at that point. And I take game one. I take game one pretty handily. With 2 ships still alive. So then moving on to game 2, the Ellipse switched to a much bigger fleet with Longboat, Long Sub, and Catamaran. And so when I saw this, I was pretty worried because it's not a great map for Catamaran, but there's enough possible positions that it's still a little risky for me. So right off the bat, the Ellipse uses the Long Sub in the corner to get the sonar off. Even though he has a Catamaran, I decide to go for his Long Sub because I can't let him keep using that sonar ability against my really small fleet, or else he'll figure out where everything is and then combo it. So he does manage to get a hit on my medium galleon, and now I believe, I use my medium galleon ability to take out his Long Sub and then also get a hit on his Catamaran. He manages to sink my medium galleon, which is pretty strong. But now I either know that these are 2 separate ships, the Longboat and the kayak, or it's his Catamaran, which thankfully for me it is his Catamaran. Use my sailboat, and now I'm in a good position with 2 turns left on the ability to finish it off without him getting the ability off. Misses on the wrong side of the sonar there, unfortunately for him. And now with the kayak, it'll be able to finish off his Catamaran next turn. He used his Longboat. He had the right spot, but then went the wrong way, unfortunately for him. So finishes off the Catamaran, and then at this point, it's already looking really bad for the Ellipse. With, I have my mini sub up still, kayak and sailboat. And it is important to note that with these games, we each had 1 ban as well. I banned mini sub, and the Ellipse banned Longboat. So you won't see the Ellipse use any mini sub, and you won't see me use any Longboat. So he manages to take out my sailboat there with the kayak ability, and then now I'm just going to start sonaring to try and eliminate squares as quickly as I can. Gets a really lucky kayak hit here, where I get 2 hits on the Longboat and know where it has to be. And then also just out of the blue, I hit the kayak. So far I've been really lucky in this series. And now it's just a matter of cleaning up, and guesses the wrong side, but it won't matter. So I take an early 2-0 lead, and at this point I think Ellipse was getting a little worried, but then we moved into game 3, and so again Ellipse went with the same fleet, and I picked small again, and I went first, missed. Ellipse used the Long Sub early again to start sonaring. Of course, I wanted to take that out early, so I hit it, but I hit it, I think I hit it sideways trying to find the Catamaran, and actually got pretty lucky with it. So now there's a big sonar for the Ellipse. So I hit it in the middle, which was a mistake, because I should have hit it here, and then my idea was I'm going to have sailboat up next turn. I can finish the Long Sub with sailboat and try and get more information by going sideways with it. But unfortunately, I picked the wrong spot to get the most value out of it. Um, so here he uses another long sub in the corner, hits my medium galleon. Um, so now, because my medium galleon got damaged, I decided to use that ability first, take out the long sub, hit the catamaran, and then yeah, I end up missing in the middle. But now um, I know that it has to be either the longboat, which would be great to take out, or the catamaran in that position. That was brutal. Hits the kayak and just takes out the mini sub in between the two sonars. And now here I'm able to start working on that catamaran. But yeah, I will have enough time to take it out, thankfully. Use the kayak ability, and he finishes my medium galleon. Very smart of him to wait until he had the kayak up so that he could finish it in one turn, so I didn't get the reset again. I finished the catamaran before the ability gets off, and then now, because I don't have any sonar, it's going to be really hard to find these ships. I get lucky on the longboat here. And yeah, here I used, since the longboat ability wasn't up and my sailboat was, I didn't want to waste the spot, so I used it off of the boat instead of finishing it off. Now I can use the kayak here to finish it. And now it's just kayak hunting for me. And again, like I said, without the sonar, this is going to be really tough. He hits the sailboat there. And yeah, again, I'm just trying to eliminate as many of these 2x1 spots as I can. So I'm going in this like kind of diagonal pattern, because now like these spots, obviously it can't be, could still be there, but so I get off one more sailboat ability, but I'm still missing, and yeah, and then he gets the hit here with the only one possibility of where it could be. I miss, and the ellipse finishes it off. So 2-1 to me, but the ellipse is starting the comeback. Game 4. Again, we go with the same fleets here, and the ellipse goes first in the corner with the long sub. This time I decide I'm just going to try and take it out as quick as possible. Hit it in the corner. He long subs in the middle, which is interesting because he's been going in the corners every time. But one thing that I will say is the ellipse started long subbing on rocks more, because I think 2 of the games we played, he hit my medium galleon with the long sub. So now he's like, okay, I'm not hitting your medium galleon this time. I'm using sonar on a rock. So I use kayak to take out the long sub, and then he guesses the wrong side of the sonar there. And I sonar in the corner as well on a rock, just so that I don't get a hit. He shot there, I believe, to try and figure out if it was the medium galleon or not, which it isn't, and now he knows it has to either be my kayak or my mini sub. So I use my sailboat ability in the middle. I'm trying to, at this point, find the catamaran, and that eliminated this entire corner, but unfortunately it was not in that corner. So now I know it has to be up in one of these 2 spots, or 3 spots in the corner. So I get a hit on the catamaran, but at this point it's obviously going to be a little too late to prevent him getting the ability off. So I miss in the middle now as well, so I am 100% sure of the orientation of the catamaran, like the spot it's in. And that's with my medium galleon, so I get another shot. Takes out my kayak. Thankfully, I still have my mini sub, which I start using in the corner. And yeah, since I went for the mini sub there because I had no chance at taking out the catamaran, so I might as well start figuring out the other ships. Now I decide I want to get this catamaran out before it would get a second ability off, even though I have plenty of time. use the sailboat there. He gets another hit on my sailboat, and with the combo, he's able to take it out in one turn. And now I go off of that one, and since there's this other sonar in the corner, I'm fairly confident that that's going to be the longboat, just because it's touching both sonars. It obviously could be the kayak, but I'm probably just going to utilize my medium galleon ability next turn to figure it out. So if I had sunk it there, that would have been great, but now I know it's the longboat, and I finish it off. And so now I probably, I'm going to go for the sub, because I know where the catamaran is. I just need to figure out where the kayak is. And this sonar is great because there's only 3 spots that it could be, or 4, I guess, because you could flip it. And now he hits my medium galleon, so I get that ability back. I finish off the catamaran, and now it's just kayak hunting. I managed to hit it on the first try, which is great, and then guessed the wrong way, but I'm able to finish it the next turn. So I end up winning the tournament final 3-1. Really, really good games. It was tough for TheEllipse. I don't think he really read on the update and didn't really understand quite how strong medium galleon was going to be, especially on a map like this where you're using a lot of sonar and then you need to use medium galleon's 3 shots on like the edge of the sonar. But yeah, really good games. I will say it was a fun tournament. Thank you to to all the devs and mods for helping put it together, and the giveaway that I am doing is part of my reward for winning the tournament. So I just wanted to give it back to you guys. So don't forget to comment your friend code in the comment section, and subscribe as well, because you can't win if you are not a subscriber. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. See ya.